I ruined my life for a threesome. My wife, Letty, and I used to have a fantastic relationship. We met each other 8 years ago, married 4 years ago, and we used to have a great marriage. We had our ups and downs, but we always solved any issue and never let a day pass before amending things between us. We were happy. The last year, we started to be more adventurous in the bedroom. After an event in our family, Letty decided to let go of her shyness and live every single thing she could think, which resulted in her becoming creative in the bedroom. We tried everything that caught our attention. If we see something on TV or read about it, we try it. We had so much fun together. After trying something, she was very curious and let me choose something to do. She told me to choose something you ever wanted to try, but never had the chance. I stupidly told her I always wondered how being with 2 girls would be. She agreed and started to plan a threesome. I still regret that moment. We chose a girl we know, Abby, a friend from her job. She is the type of girl that believes in energies, crystals, vibes, etc. She is a free spirit girl, and she is nice to hang around. We told her, and she ended up accepting. We chose her because we knew it was very probable she would take it, but we also selected her because physically, she is very different from my wife. While she is small, with pale skin, short hair, and a little butt and breasts. Not saying she is ugly, she is charming. My wife has tan skin, long beautiful hair, and a great body. The idea was that this way, there would not be insecurities about me comparing them or that I would prefer her. So we said it, she came to our place, and we spent the night together, and I regret it. Even if those hours were great at the moment, I would do anything to get back to that night and stop everything. In the following days, everything was great. Letty was happy that I liked it, and Abby kept it private, so it was like another perfect adventure for us. Then, after a few days, Letty started to become distant. She was sleeping on the other side of the bed, not wanting me to kiss or hug her, not even cuddling. At first, she said it was because she was tired, but after insisting, she told me it was due to the threesome. She told me that even if she had fun that night, now she was feeling awful, cheated, and used. The image of me making love to another woman was burned in her mind, and she wasn't comfortable with me near her. We tried talking about it, even got into counseling. I tried everything to make her sure I only loved her and that it was just a fantasy that would never happen again. And then Abby called me. Her period was delayed, and she believed she could be pregnant. That killed my marriage. My wife moved out of our house and asked for a divorce. She said she couldn't be near me. Knowing that another woman was pregnant with my child was too much for her. She couldn't even see me. No matter what I do or say, for her, it's over. Meanwhile, Abby took a test, and she was indeed pregnant. I am still trying to figure out how it happened. I used protection all the time, even checked it after using it, and still, she is pregnant. Abby is 100% sure the baby is mine. She says that, before me, she hasn't done it with anyone else in months, and she is so confident that she offered to make a DNA test when the baby is born, just to clear any doubts. I feel like I fucked up all my life. Letty is the love of my life, and she doesn't want to see me. Abby is not a bad friend, but she is the type of person you can only take in small doses. And now I'm bound to her forever. She wants to keep the baby and wants me to be part of the baby's life. Sometimes I want to just disappear and end things. I'm desperate. My life is falling apart for that stupid mistake. I don't know what to do. Edit. Thank you all for the comments. There is so much, so I thought it would be better to answer here. Just to make clear, there are some things most of you are pointing out. I used a condom. We did it more than once that night, and every single time I used condoms, I bought them, checked them after finishing, and disposed of them, and exhausted outside. The threesome wasn't something we did in a rush. We took our time planning it, talked a lot, and confirmed multiple times if we were sure. And we were both on it all the time. We decided to add a third one, didn't jump straight. A long time before that, we started experimenting, playing, and being kinky. This was just another thing to try. No one was pressured into it. At the moment, I just said it because I couldn't think of anything else. I was surprised when she said we could try it. Abortion is not an option here. Abby wants the baby. As much of you saw, English isn't my first language. Sorry for my errors. I talked with Abby about the test. She is more than willing to take a DNA. First update, 2 months later. Hello. Some had sent me messages asking for an update, and I think I can give one. Abby and I took the test. I'm the father. If I want to be sure, she is open to doing another test after the baby is born. But as things seem to be, it is my baby. At first, I took it in the worst way possible. I kept torturing myself for being such an idiot. And reading some of the comments made me realize that I'm the biggest stupid for asking my wife to add another girl to our bedroom. Abby and I talked after the test. She is keeping the baby. She wants to be a mom and wants me to be a father to the baby. She told me that she didn't expect me to start living with her and get married, just to take charge of the responsibilities that would come with the baby and to get along and be good friends with the baby. She also apologized for how things had developed, saying that she never wanted to hurt me or Letty. Her intention was just to have fun, but she was grateful and excited for the baby. She and I are on good terms now, but I'm still not comfortable with her, and she is saying that if I can't save my marriage and end up divorcing my wife, she wouldn't mind having fun with me again. Makes me doubt her real intentions. On the other hand, my wife still needs to start the divorce. She moved back in and we talked. At first, she was so angry at me and I let her do and say all she needed. Every insult and name, I earned it. Then she got unfortunate. We cried together as she told me she still loved me. She said she couldn't live without me, but couldn't live with me after what happened. The threesome is not the problem anymore. It is about me having a baby with Abby. It is hard. We are both confused and scared and still don't know if we will get over this. But the thing that has me even more confused is that recently, my wife's libido has grown. For moments, she asks for intimacy, and right after, wants space. She wants to be kinky and do the things we used to try to play, and right later, she goes to another room. I've asked her, and she said she doesn't know why she does it. She just feels that she needs it. She is still insecure about us, what we are, where we are. Divorce is still on the table, so we are stuck. I would like to do what to do, but I don't know what is the right thing or how to solve this. I know I'll have to be responsible for the baby, but I want to save my marriage too. Additional info from OOP. We used condoms every time. One of the doctors told me that it is scarce, but condoms can fail. It needs a little, even microscopical hole that is unnoticed, and a lot of bad luck, but it's possible. I threw the used condoms in the room's trash bin. It would be impossible for her to take them without us noticing. It happened in our room, and we stayed a little on the bed after we were done. After that, we dressed and went to the kitchen for coffee, and then she left. I don't know her real intentions, but I won't be with her. I'll take charge of my responsibilities as a father, but just that. There weren't many interactions between them. It was more focused on me. The only things they did were when I asked them to kiss. And when I was doing it with my wife, Abby was touching her body. Besides that, they barely interacted between themselves. Here are some relevant comments. Commenter, I don't know. You trusted her enough with the threesome in the first place. OOP, and I regret it. Commenter, sure, but who might you end up with if you and your wife divorce? OOP, if we divorce, I'm not going to be with Abby. I will be a father to the baby, but nothing more. Story 2. My life was ruined because I had a threesome with a sociopath. My husband and I had a handful of threesomes after I came out as bisexual, 2 with women and 1 with a man. They were all with dear friends, and they felt warm and lovely, and were spontaneous and unplanned, believe it or not. The friendships remained unchanged, and the hookups were natural extensions of loving relationships. About a year ago, a woman in an open marriage, who my husband and I knew casually, started inviting herself over. She went from being cold to me to very effusive and complimentary. It turns out she heard I was bisexual, and that changed her behavior towards me. I told my husband, who was closer to her than I was, that I wasn't attracted to her and didn't want to hook up with her, but she came on to me very strongly, and we did. Afterward, I told her that nothing had to change, and that we didn't expect anything from her when we hung out. We didn't have to hook up again. Her reply, but I want to. In the following months, she became very clingy and intense. We told her many times that our marriage and friendship with her were our priorities, and we couldn't fall in love with anyone else. She invited herself over often. She bought us gifts, despite our telling her not to. She would sulk if we got together and didn't have sex. We set a boundary about not engaging with her separately, which she pushed on repeatedly, often ignoring explicit no's. Finally, she would tell me one thing, that she loved things as they were and was happy, and my husband another, that she wanted more and was angry when we didn't have sex. We both felt uncomfortable continuing to hook up with her, but we were afraid she would retaliate. My husband wanted to fade away, stop having sex with her until she got bored and moved on. I wouldn't say I liked the stress of her manipulation, and felt we owed her honesty. I told her that I wasn't able to continue a sexual relationship, but wanted to remain friends and would support her unconditionally. She immediately became cold again, and then she took her revenge. She went to my professional colleagues and outed me. She claimed that we had coerced her into a relationship. Never mind the fact that she kept insisting on sex while we told her we wanted friendship. My friends and colleagues attempted to oust me from a nonprofit I had started, going so far as to circulate a Google form soliciting reports about my inappropriate behavior. None were filled out. I attempted suicide and spent a week in the psych ward. DCF was called because my kids slept in the home during my attempt. The board ultimately exonerated me and chastised the colleagues who participated in the investigation of my private life. But I was too traumatized to continue, and the org disincorporated. I lost my friends, community, and reputation because I trusted the wrong person and didn't trust my gut. My people-pleasing nature is also to blame. I was afraid to enforce my boundaries because I didn't want to make her mad. I lost my whole identity. Now, I'm just a traumatized wife and a mom when I used to be active in a thriving creative community. I'm 6 months out and still feel ashamed, lost, humiliated, and empty. Relevant comment. Wow, that escalated way beyond what I expected to read. I hope you realize that her behavior and your colleagues' behavior are what is wrong and inappropriate, not yours. You and your husband communicated, set boundaries, and were decent people. You haven't lost your identity. It's there. Just keep fighting to get it back. You don't deserve to feel this way or put up with any of the crap that's happened. Try to take it one day at a time. Karma is a bitch, and she will get what's owed to her. But you need to keep going and take it a day at a time. Here are some relevant comments. Wow, that escalated way beyond what I expected to read. I hope you realize that her behavior and your colleagues' behavior are what is wrong and inappropriate, not yours. You and your husband communicated, set boundaries, and were decent people. You haven't lost your identity. It's there. Just keep fighting to get it back. You don't deserve to feel this way or put up with any of the crap that's happened. Try to take it one day at a time. Karma is a bitch, and she will get what's owed to her. But you need to keep going and take it a day at a time. OP. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. Many online poly folks, which we don't consider ourselves, are unsympathetic to any married couples who have threesomes. Story 3. I'm a 19-year-old girl, and about a month ago, I got drunk. Probably the drunkest I have ever been in my life, and I had a threesome with one of my best friends and her boyfriend. I like girls, and I've made it clear to her that I do throughout the 3 years of our friendship. We flirted a lot before this, even kissing and getting handsy occasionally. The last time she and I got drunk together, she and her boyfriend cornered me in her bedroom and tried to get me to have a threesome with them. I told her no because I didn't feel comfortable and didn't want her boyfriend to get what he wanted. He always tried to push us to do stuff with each other and convince her that she liked me. I liked her for a long time, to the point that I fell in love with her, but I never said anything because I wanted us to stay friends. Then, the night that I got sloppy drunk, I was in a room alone with them, and they started to make out. I got uncomfortable and told them I was going to leave. Her boyfriend stood before the door and told me I should stay. I said no. But I somehow made out with my friend. I can't remember everything that happened or even led to this point because I was pretty much moving on drunken autopilot. I just remember eating her out while her boyfriend watched and tried to finger me. I remember people coming in and out of the room too. Since then, I told her that I don't feel comfortable around her boyfriend anymore because I felt like he took advantage of the both of us being as drunk as we were. She seemed to understand and promised not to bring him around me anymore. He messaged me apologizing, and I just started ignoring both of them. Now she has me blocked on everything, and it's all my fault. I just felt so ashamed and disgusted with myself. I also felt hurt and angry at her because I felt like she knew. Even if he didn't, she knew that I wasn't comfortable doing that, and that I never would have if I were sober. It wasn't her fault though, because she was probably drunker than me. I just feel dirty and stupid. Not only did I lose respect for myself, but I also lost one of my only friends because I couldn't handle my liquor. I guess she's moved on, and I kind of have too, but it still sucks, and I just wanted to tell the story to people who don't know me enough to judge me. That's it with the story. If you want to hear more, click the suggested video. It would mean a lot if you subscribe. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers this month. Thanks to everyone who stayed till the end. We will see each other again tomorrow.